بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The Quran's message is one of hope. To see, the mistake that we make, dear sisters, is sometimes we read the Quran, to use this term is in terms of fire and brimstone, right? That's a term that's used in kind of Judeo-Christian sort of discourse. I.e., when we read the Quran, we're reading it only with an eye to where Allah Ta'ala is mentioning punishment, right? The adab an-nar. And in doing so, we make the mistake of not looking at it with that counterbalance of Allah Ta'ala's rahmah. And it is the mercy of Allah Ta'ala that's available in this world for the believer and the non-believer. And then, of course, it's the mercy of Allah Ta'ala that is specific to the believer in the akhirah. So part of the process, my dear sisters, is that we have to begin to reorient our emotions. And this can be difficult. And I understand this is why being patient with those who are bereaved is so important, because grief, it really clouds over the judgment. And this is just simply because, especially if it's an unexpected loss, right? That there's going to be in the beginning, right? Especially if the bereaved person doesn't receive that support, whether it's spiritual support, psychological support, counseling, that in the beginning, because they're in that state of shock, it's going to be difficult, right, for them to understand. Like, they could have the Quran in front of them but still not understand it, right? So we have to be patient with that person. And we have to tell them that, yes, Allah Ta'ala certainly does mention the punishment of the fire and the fate of the disbelievers in the akhirah. But we also know that Allah Ta'ala's mercy always, outstrips his wrath. And so that when we read the Quran, now we should read the Quran with a view to where we can relocate those beautiful points of Allah Ta'ala's mercy.
So if I take a point number one, which I really loved it, is that there is a rahmah in everything. And it is very hard to see. May Allah forgive me for saying this, but it is true. Sometimes very difficult to see the rahmah in the middle of the loss, especially in the beginning, and especially if it's a loss, sudden loss. But we have to remind ourselves, كَتَبَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةِ. Allah said, this is Surah Al-An'am. Allah prescribed on himself الرحمة. And in a hadith, Rasul said, hadith Qudsi, رَحْمَتِي سَبَقَتْ غَضَبِي. My mercy, my rahmah, my loving mercy, way preceded my anger. So one of the things I think always we have to remind ourselves is not think this is a punishment. Don't think of it's a punishment. There is a rahmah inside this. And I ask Allah, when I don't see it because I'm clouded by the loss, I need to keep asking Allah, show me. I know it is there. I'm just not seeing it. It's very nice. A starting point is that look for the rahmah and ask Allah to show you the rahmah, Ya Rabbi. Amin.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.